Hey friends, welcome back to the Daily Health Shift. I'm Daniel, your host, and today we're going deep into one of the most underrated parts of health: night habits. I want to tell you something I wish someone had told me years ago. Your night routine matters just as much as your morning routine. In fact, for a lot of people, it matters more. If you're someone who struggles with falling asleep, staying asleep, or waking up feeling rested, this episode is for you. Today I'm sharing 5 night habits that completely changed my sleep. And no, none of them require spending money on fancy gadgets or supplements. Just simple, science-backed shifts you can start tonight. Let's start with the big picture. Why focus on night habits in the first place? Because sleep isn't just something that happens randomly. It's a process your body prepares for hours before you actually get into bed. Think of it like landing a plane. You don't just drop out of the sky, there's a whole sequence. Descending, slowing down, approaching the runway. That's what your night habits do. They help your body descend into sleep. Here's what most people get wrong. They think sleep is just about what happens when your head hits the pillow. But if you spend all evening hyped up, working late, watching intense shows, scrolling social media, your brain doesn't just magically switch off. It needs cues, signals, a routine that tells it, hey, it's time to power down. And this isn't just a theory. Sleep science shows that the hours leading up to bedtime are critical. They affect not just how quickly you fall asleep, but how deep your sleep is. Poor night habits lead to shallow, fragmented sleep. Good night habits lead to restorative, healing sleep. When I started focusing on night habits, everything changed. I used to think I was just a bad sleeper. Turns out, I was just a bad night routiner. And once I fixed that, my energy, focus, mood, everything improved. Habit 1. Power down 60 minutes before bed. This means turning off work-related activities, intense conversations, and screens. I know this is hard, especially with phones and Netflix calling your name. But here's what I learned. The blue light from screens isn't the only problem. It's also about mental stimulation. Your brain doesn't know the difference between real-life stress and stress from watching a thriller. That's why I set a hard rule: 60 minutes before bed, no screens. Instead, I read a physical book, listen to calm music, or just sit in quiet. Habit 2. Set a consistent sleep-wake schedule. I can't stress this enough. Your body loves rhythm. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even weekends, trains your circadian rhythm. This one took discipline, but after a few weeks, my body started getting sleepy at the same time naturally. It stopped feeling like a fight. Habit 3. Create a wind-down routine. This is about building a sequence of calming activities before bed. For me, it looks like dimming the lights, stretching lightly, writing in a gratitude journal, brushing my teeth slowly, then getting into bed. Doing the same things in the same order helps your brain associate those actions with sleep. Habit 4. Optimize your sleep environment. I used to ignore this one, but small changes make a huge difference. Cool room temperature, around 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. No bright lights, blackout curtains, white noise or soft nature sounds, and making sure your bed is comfortable. I invested in a better pillow and mattress topper, and it paid off. Habit 5. Manage late-night thoughts. This was the hardest for me because my brain loves to overthink at night. What helped was writing down my worries before bed in a notebook. I call it a mind dump. Everything I'm anxious about goes on paper so my brain doesn't have to hold on to it. Pair that with some slow breathing techniques, like 4-7-8 breathing, and I found I could fall asleep faster and wake up less during the night. Now that you know the 5 habits, how do you actually put them together into a routine that works for you? Here's what I suggest. Start simple. Don't try to overhaul everything at once. Pick one habit this week. Maybe it's just powering down 60 minutes before bed. Once that feels natural, add another, and give yourself grace. Building a new night routine is like training a muscle. Some nights you'll forget. Some nights life happens. That's okay. Consistency over time is what matters. I recommend writing down your ideal night routine on paper. List it out step by step. Treat it like a recipe. For example, 9 p.m., turn off screens. 9:15 p.m., stretch and journal. 9:30 p.m., brush teeth. 9:45 p.m., lights out. You can also set reminders on your phone until it becomes automatic. And if you share your space with family or roommates, let them know about your new routine. That way they can support you instead of accidentally disrupting your flow. I want to close today's episode by sharing a little more of my personal story with night habits. Because a few years ago, I was the king of bad sleep. I'd work until midnight, fall asleep on the couch with the TV on, wake up groggy, slam coffee all morning, and repeat. It felt normal, but deep down I knew I wasn't operating at my best. Then I hit a breaking point. I started getting headaches, my focus was shot, and I felt irritable all the time. That's when I finally decided to take sleep seriously. And it started with small night habit changes, one at a time. It wasn't overnight, but after a few weeks, everything shifted. I felt calmer, my skin looked better, I had more patience with people, and I didn't need as much coffee to get through the day. That's why I'm passionate about sharing this stuff with you, because sleep isn't just about feeling rested. It's about showing up as your best self for your work, your family, your goals. Alright friends, that's it for today's episode. If these night habits helped you, or if you're going to try building your own night routine, let me know. Drop a comment, leave a review, and share this with someone who's been struggling with sleep. And if you want more practical health tips like this every week, make sure to subscribe to the Daily Health Shift. Next week, we're diving into the morning side of things, how to create a morning routine that actually makes you feel energized without overwhelming you. I'll see you then. Sleep well.